Lego Batman and DC Batman. Who's the strongest? This shall be interesting to say the least, even if it's not death battle.
Hello Internet, welcome to Film Theory, where today we're taking the Lego Challenge. Nope, not the one that ruins your feet, the one that ruins your childhood. Now, even though we're talking about movies created from simple toys...
You know the rules, this isn't a toy.
It kinda is.
No, actually it's a highly sophisticated interlocking brick system.
Fine. Even though we're talking about movies created from highly sophisticated interlocking brick systems, I'm still not going to be pulling any punches. I'm bringing Lego out of the hypothetical movie magic and into the real world of Batman, which is kind of weird since Lego is real and Batman isn't. So, let me clarify. I'm bringing the fictional Lego characters who canonically exist in the real world, but it's a fictional real world, out of their separate fictional reality and into the reality-based fiction of Batman. I think that makes sense. Regardless, despite us being several levels of Inception down, our premise is surprisingly simple. Who is stronger? DC Batman or Lego Batman? Literally since the day that I first saw the Lego movie, which, if you haven't seen it, is fantastic and heartwarming, I have asked myself this question. And now, finally, with the Lego movie sequel coming out, it gives me the perfect chance to finally answer this question 5 years in the making. And I get it. I know that you're thinking this is a stupid question to dedicate an episode and half a decade of waiting to cover. Of course, IRL Batman is going to be stronger. He is a 200-poundish man versus a 3-gram Lego minifig. But what I want to know is their strength relative to their overall size. Lifting a 10-pound dumbbell is nothing to a regular human, but it would be a feat of incredible strength for a tiny Lego minifigure. So we need to measure each of them in their respective universes. As our real-life Batman contender, I've chosen what I think is the best version of Batman that isn't made of pressed and formed plastic, the Nolan Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy. Don't at me. Or do at me. Actually, at MattBatGT. Love to have you as a Twitter follower. I tweet very relatable things. So we'll be going with his strength versus Lego Batman in our big showdown today.
I like the
Now,
Nolan
when it comes to measuring
film.
strength, there are a lot of different ways to do it. So we're going to look at two main factors. One, how much strength they exert, and two, how much damage they can take. Offense and defense. So let's start things off with a bang. Or rather, a kick. One of the best measures of Lego Batman's strength comes when he's at home, completely unaided by his gadgets, and with nothing but his raw strength and excellent reflexes.
I have incredible reflexes.
Yeah, that's what I just said, Lego Batman. And we see those reflexes at work when he's caught off guard by Alfred and kicks him into a piano. A piano that is completely across the room. It's safe to say that he's not holding back anything in this moment since he's acting purely on instinct. And I'm gonna assume it'd be pretty hard for Christian Bale to match the results of kicking someone his own size halfway across a giant mansion's lounge. So it would seem that Lego Batman in this instance would definitely be stronger than IRL Batman, but to be sure, let's run some numbers. When it comes to calculating strength, we can always rely on our good old buddy Sir Isaac Newton and his second law of motion, which tells us that force equals mass times acceleration, or to loyal theorists who've been watching the show for a while, FMA. Mass here is pretty straightforward. Since Alfred is the thing that's moving, we need the mass of Alfred, and he has the same mass as his identical minifigure in the real world of 2.98 grams. To figure out his acceleration, we need to use the information that we see on screen. Going through the movie frame by frame, Alfred is airborne for 17 frames. Given that the footage is 24 frames per second, that works out to a total airtime of 0.7083333 seconds. And the distance he's traveling in that amount of time across Batman's room appears to be 28 studs. A stud here not referring to Batman, but the bump on top of a Lego brick that allows it to interlock with other bricks, which works out to be 22.26 centimeters in length. So knowing the distance and the time tells us that Alfred is flying at a velocity of 31.426 centimeters per second. So now that we have Alfred's travel velocity, we can determine the acceleration at the moment of impact. And by moment, I really do mean moment, because going back to our frame-by-frame footage, Batman's foot connects with Alfred's face for literally one frame, a mere 0.041 41.66 seconds, or 41.66 milliseconds. Lego Batman was not lying about his incredible reflexes. That means that our acceleration ends up being a whopping 754.34 centimeters per second squared, or heck, forget centimeters, that's big enough to measure it in big boy units. That's 7.5434 meters per second squared. So plug in all that back into our good old FMA equation, we're able to find out that Lego Batman's kick is delivering 0.02248 newtons of force, or 0.0050537 pounds of force. That may seem like a small number, and it is, but remember, Lego Batman is a small guy, meaning that that's a pretty darn impressive kick for someone of his size and weight. Which means that if we're going to make a fair comparison between the relative strengths of these two Batmans, we need to measure it in terms of their strength to weight ratio. How strong are they relative to how heavy or big they are? So Lego Batman's strength to weight ratio when he makes this kick is 0.00505 pounds of force divided by 0.00657 pounds of weight, or a strength weight ratio of 0.769. That's the equivalent of a 200-pound man kicking with 153.8 pounds of force. Is that actually impressive? Well, to find out, let's compare him to Christian Bale Man. Now, Christian Bale's Batman has plenty of solid kicks throughout the Dark Knight trilogy, but all of them are a bit hard to measure based on pure strength alone. There's just too many variables and jump cuts around each of these fight scenes. That said, this simple scene in The Dark Knight Rises of him shattering some bricks with a kick actually gives us something solid to work with. So how much strength does it take to break some bricks? For that information, we turn to astronaut Ronald McNair. Like a lot of astronauts, Ronald McNair was an MIT-trained physicist. Unlike a lot of astronauts, he was also a 5th-degree black belt in karate. Luckily for us, those two interests intersected, and in one demonstration of his brick-shattering strikes, he actually had the force recorded. The bricks broke when he exerted 675 pounds of force. So using the weight that Christian Bale was when he filmed the Dark Knight trilogy of 210 pounds, we're able to determine that IRL Batman's strength to weight ratio is 3.214, over 4 times stronger than Lego Batman, even when you're talking in relative terms. I am very surprised by that result, actually. I mean, look at the difference of those two kicks. So, just comparing the strength of their kicks, it seems like Lego Batman loses out to big boy Christian Bale. And he's not just losing to Batman, but most normal people in this instance. The average person is able to leg press 1.8 to 2.2 times their own body weight, meaning that Lego Batman is less than half the strength of a normal person. You sure you're not skipping leg day there, Batman?
Who never skips leg day?